it. And then what I'm going to do is turn over the host. However I do that. Let's see. Here we go. Make host. Okay, Germaine. So welcome everyone. And I'm excited for you guys because every week we have different leaders that, have current credibility, which means they're actually doing what they're talking about, sharing, step by step, how to get started correctly, some tips and tricks on how to, get your business started. And, the beautiful part about it is everyone's doing the same thing, but it might be a different spin on the same thing. So if anything that you hear doesn't align with exactly what you've been taught, take whatever nuggets that you can. Don't think, oh my God, I got to change everything. Keep doing what you've been doing and add what you're going to get from Germaine this morning to help you get where you want to go. With that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Germaine Parker. I'm really excited to hear what you're going to be sharing this morning. And over to you, my friend.
Well, good morning, guys. Thank you so much for that introduction, Chris. I am so grateful. I feel blessed that I'm able to share this knowledge with you guys. And it's such an honor. So I really hope I bring you some value, but I think we are. So a little bit about me. My name is Germaine Parker. Like Chris said, I have been with the company for about 3 years. I have been in network marketing for 7 years, but I didn't know it was network marketing. Had you told me it was network marketing, I would have been like, nope, there is no way I am going to be the girl selling things to my friends. It's just not happening. Can anybody relate to that? Because if that's how you're feeling, I want you to know that you are not alone. I started out that way. And so this also isn't my very first company. This is my third company, but it's the very first company that I ever had success in. And a few days ago, somebody asked me for the very first time, because I've told this story multiple times. I've been in network marketing for 7 years. Only in the last 3 years have I had such great success. And somebody finally said, well, why do you think that is? Is that the time frame? Like, do I just have to do this for 7 years, and by the 7th year, I'm going to have success? And I'm going to tell you, no, I don't know what your time frame is. Some people do it sooner and some people do it later, but I can tell you the true reason why I didn't have success until now. It's because I wasn't coachable. I had mentors tell me things that worked for them, and I didn't want to do it. I was afraid. I also didn't listen. They told me the strategies I needed to follow, and I didn't listen. I thought, nah, I can do it better. So I was trying to recreate the wheel. And then, like Chris said, I would join all these trainings and I would learn different things. And instead of keeping my consistency, I was hopping around all over the place and nothing was sticking. So I want you guys to learn from me. I want to expedite your success. Don't do what I did, you guys. Stay coachable. And like Chris said, if I'm teaching you something, if I'm telling you something that doesn't align with what your team is teaching you, or it's not aligning with what you're currently doing, if what you're currently doing is working, don't change it. Just take a little bit of what I'm telling you and put it into what you're doing, and it'll blow up your business. I promise you it will. So what do we actually do here? Everybody wants to know the secret. What's the secret strategy that Ricky's doing, that Brittany's doing, that your upline's doing? There is no secret, you guys. The secret is consistency. What we do here is simple. So I'm going to tell you what we do here. How do we do this? We buy the product. We use the product. We share the story of the product, and that's it. We pretty much can end our call here. That's all we do. But there are certain things you can do to help you do that. So we are a health and wellness business. We sell happiness. I'm going to encourage you guys right now, pay attention to what you post on social media. I have people who come to me and they tell me they're struggling to get customers. And when I go through their feed, I'm like, do you not see what you're posting on social media? You sell happiness, but all you're ever doing is complaining. You guys, we have to be happy. You don't have to be happy all the time. Share your struggles, right? Share your vulnerability. That's relatable. But if you're using your social media right now, like how I used to use it, going on there to rant about the traffic, going on there to rant about your husband who forgot to pick up his sock, going on there to rant about how like life just sucks, you're really gonna have a hard time getting people to want to try your product because it's not working for you, right? So be you, be real, be consistent, but share the journey and don't use social media to complain. So what did I do? So I am in Houston. I don't know anybody here in Houston. My entire team is built 100% from strangers on the internet who I've turned into my friends. And so how did I do that? I did not code message people, which I'm not against. I do think code messaging, some people have to start there. I'm not against that. But I learned how to build relationships online with people because I do know Ricky now. I know Ricky now, but when I moved here, I didn't know Ricky. I don't know anybody. I didn't know anybody, but I use social media. I also, how many of you guys hate sending messages to your friends? How many of you guys like it makes you feel icky inside? You're scared, you don't want to do it. How many of you guys is that you? I want to see in the chat. How many of you guys are like, I can do this business if I just didn't have to talk to people? Right? That was me. I still send messages because we have to, right? But there are things you can do that makes your messaging easier, and that's what I want to share with you. So I despise sending messages, you guys. So I became really good at sharing stories online. I became really good at learning how to promote my product in a way that brings curiosity to people, but it's also attracting the right people to me. And so the way you do this is we're going to share the benefit of the benefit. So I have an assignment for you guys. The first thing I want you guys to do, whether you're new, you've been here for a while, or maybe you're relaunching your business, is you're going to get out a notebook. And on your notebook, you're going to make a list of who you were before you started using this product, who you are now that you're using this product, and who do you want to become? What are you inspiring to become? And it works until today, right? Because I have been doing this for 3 years. My audience has seen this product over and over and over and over again, but I'm still continuing to do this because every single day, every single month, every single year, I become a new person. And so I'm going to encourage you guys to do that. And that's where all your post ideas are going to come from. So I have notes here, so we stay on track. So that's my number one assignment is figure out who you were before, who you are now, and who you want to become, create posts around that, but also take other people's stories. So I did not lose a lot of weight on this product, but I know a lot of people who did. When I'm talking to people, some people are not going to relate to my story, and that's okay. If all I ever talked about was myself, I would have nothing to talk about. So I share other people's stories. Pay attention to the people in your upline. Pay attention to the people in your downline. We have something we call an ATM group. I think we all have it on this call, maybe different ones, but pay attention to those stories in there and use those to create your post ideas. Okay, so if we're not sharing our business, we don't have a business. This is another thing people ask me. Well, what's the balance? Like, how often should I share about the business? How often should I share on social media? And the thing is, it's different for everybody. I don't know what your ratio is, but if you're not sharing the business and the product at least one time in your feed, how is anybody going to know that you have an opportunity or product to share with them? And that's the reason why I have you guys write all those things down so you can make posts like that. Another thing I'm going to tell you guys is your follower counts. Some of you guys right now, you're thinking, oh, this is great. Like you built on social media. You were able to do all these things, but I don't have a big following. I just started. You guys, I don't have a big following either. That's something that anybody that talks to me, they know that I don't believe you need a big following to create massive success. The thing is, you have to learn how to build relationships. So here's another thing I want you guys to write down. I told you guys I didn't know anybody here in Houston. when I moved here. We're a military family. I've stayed in multiple states all the time. We've always been moving. So as an adult, I didn't get to grow up with family. I didn't get to grow up with my high school friends. I didn't get to grow up with anybody I knew in the past. So I had to build new relationships. And how did I do this online? You can use groups. So people on my team, they use groups. Search a group that's related to you. Like if you love plants, join plant groups and scope out the group and make posts and find out people who you like. If you really enjoy cooking, join cooking groups. If you're following a lifestyle like plant-based, keto, whatever it is you're following, join those type of groups. But sit down and write 5 things about you. And I know you're a mom, some of you are moms, but that shouldn't be on your list. I want something really about you. Like, do you have curly hair? Do you like makeup? Do you like to work out? Do you own a Peloton? Do you have a dog? What kind of dog do you have? So find out all these things about you and then go search for groups, join those groups, and that's how you can make friends. That's one way. How I made friends was I searched hashtags on Instagram. So you know on Instagram, how many of you guys are familiar with Instagram? And I know you're probably thinking, well, I don't use Instagram. Neither do I. I never post there, ever, really rare. So what I do is on Instagram, you can go to your main feed. Can you guys see that? Let's do it together. So go to your main feed and at the top bar where it says search, type in a hashtag. Type in any hashtag you want. I'm gonna just randomly type in boy mom because I have boys and I am a boy mom. So you see all those hashtags there? You can find any hashtag you want. And what I do is I click on it. And when you click on it, it's going to pull up a whole bunch of posts. Mine's lagging. You guys got it up? Okay, you see it? So what I do is I scroll through these pictures and I like to see, they have top, they have recent, and they have reels. I like to go to the recent ones because it'll show you different people. And I'm gonna scroll through this and then I'm just gonna pick a random person, a random picture that I think is cool, and I'm gonna click on it. And then I'm gonna go to that person's profile. And then I'm gonna learn a little bit about her. You see that? Now here's the thing with social media. If you're building online, you can't be that perv in the white van that drives by and nobody knows you're there. You gotta engage with them. So when I engage with these people, I make it so obvious that I was on their page. So what I do, and we're gonna do it together, is I go to their page and I am going to like 3 of their pictures, but I have to genuinely like it, okay? The thing is, you can't fake engagement. You have to genuinely like it. So I'm gonna like their photo, 3 of them, 3 random ones. And then I'm gonna leave a genuine comment on one of them. Because what is that gonna do? If somebody commented on your page and left you 3 likes on your photos and you don't know who they are, what do? You're like, who is that person? And you run to their page to check them out. And this is where your consistency on social media is going to pay off. Now, I told you guys I don't post on Instagram, so how does this work for me? I don't post on Instagram rarely ever, but I always post in my stories. When somebody comes to check out your page, most times they're gonna check out your stories. And in my stories is where I'm sharing my lifestyle. And so I'm gonna give you guys that tip. If you're not using your stories, you are missing out big time, you guys. So I just do this. I set a timer. You have to set a timer. I set a timer and I do this about 30 minutes. And I choose random hashtags and it can be anything. So we just bought a house. And when we bought a house, we needed new furniture. And I was looking at this couch that I really wanted to buy. I searched that couch on Instagram so I can see who bought that couch. I engaged with them. And then I sent them a message, okay? You can't just engage, you have to connect with them. So I sent them a message and I said, hey, I see you have the Radley sofa. We just bought a house and I'm thinking about buying that. Do you love it? They will respond back because they most likely love the couch because they bought it. And what did that do for me? That's a relatability. If I want to buy the couch you have and you love your couch, aren't you automatically going to want to be my friend because we have something in common? And this is also why this works really well for me, because I'm not from Houston. I will search where I'm from. So I grew up on Guam, very small island, very far away. I will search Guam, see what comes up, and then I'll engage with them. And then there's the relatability. Do you see that? They're saying they check out your Instagram page, they automatically. So Susie's asking if they check out your Instagram page, do they automatically check your Facebook stories? So I put all my stories are from Instagram. So I use Instagram stories and shuffle it over to Facebook. And it's the exact same way you post on your Facebook. But if you don't know, you can YouTube it and check it out. It'll teach you. It's so easy. I feel like it's so easy. It covers both platforms. And that's how I'm able to talk to people on both platforms. Now that I've messaged the person about their couch, we're connected. We talk a little bit more. I ask them questions about their self. I can now tell them, hey, girlfriend, so they'll send me a message and I don't read it right away. My next message to them is going to say, hey, girlfriend, so sorry I missed your message. I don't usually hang out on Instagram. Do you have a Facebook account? Let's connect over there. So do you see how I lift them up from Instagram and throw them over to Facebook? Because Facebook is what I'm using. If you're using Instagram, then keep them on your Instagram. But I'm taking them off of that platform and putting them onto the platform that I do show up consistently so they can see me consistently. And so when I'm posting who I was before this coffee, who I am now with this coffee, and who I want to become, they're going to see it continuously. And it works the same for TikTok. How many of you guys are on TikTok? If you're not, I'm gonna tell you this also right now. This may make you wanna barf, but if you're not doing TikToks, if you're not using Instagram Reels, or you're not using Facebook Reels, you are missing out big time. That is where the people are hanging out. And so the same thing for TikTok. TikTok messaging is not the best. TikTok does not like you in other people's inbox trying to sell your product. So I do the same thing with TikTok. I post a TikTok, I connect with those people on TikTok, random stuff. I'm not looking, you notice I didn't say I'm looking for coffee lovers. I'm not looking for moms. I'm not looking for people with weight loss. I'm not. I'm looking for the people who are like me, who are out there looking for me. And I think that's the golden nugget that a lot of people miss. A lot of times we're like, okay, our coffee is weight loss, like it can help with weight loss. So I want to help all the people with weight loss. No, you want to help all the people who are like you, because it's easier to talk to people if you like them, if you're relatable to them, and if you have something in common. So I do the same thing on TikTok. I post my TikTok, I connect with them on TikTok, I pull them off of TikTok, and I either throw them on Instagram or I throw them on Facebook so that they can see me and my stories and they see me continuously show up. Is that helpful? So that's how I find all my people, you guys. I use groups and I search hashtags, but I mostly like the hashtags because the hashtags is so simple. If you are buying a car, you can search your car and you can look up the people who have your car and you can connect to them on your car. If you're buying a carpet, you can look up your carpet company might have a hashtag. You can look it up and you can connect to people with about that carpet. So that's the easiest way that I found that I grow people. So you have to grow your network. You have to talk to the humans, and this is how you do it in a not awkward way. If you've ever sent a message to anybody and you felt icky inside, it's because your intentions are to sell them a product, and that should never be your intention. The less you try to sell, the more you will sell. And the more you will sell if you're selling to relatable people, okay? And so now, we grow a network. What do? We have to connect with them. We have to eventually ask them about the product. I'm sure you guys have scripts in your team page, and if not, we can work on getting you guys some, but we use scripts all the time. We connect, we send them a message, they see our lifestyle, and then we eventually say, hey, after 3 days of engaging with this person, we say, hey, I'm not sure if you noticed, but I run my own online coffee business and I help other moms gain energy to do all the things in their house because, girl, I have 3 kids and my kids are crazy. I'm not sure if you're open to it or if you know anyone who might be interested in gaining more energy. I'm not sure if you know anyone who might be open to gaining more happiness. I'm not sure if you're open to or know anyone who's wanting to lose a few extra pounds. That making sense to you guys? You see how it just all flows so naturally, and it's not weird, and it's not awkward, and it's not spammy at all. So that's all we do. And another thing is, if you are wanting to, so I don't sell weight loss. Like, I don't talk about weight loss very often, because why? Because I am not really losing weight. Okay, so I want to lose weight, but I'm not losing weight, and I don't have a weight loss transformation to share. So if all I ever shared about was weight loss, my audience isn't going to want to buy from me, because where's my weight loss? So if you're talking about weight loss, that's okay. But if you're talking about weight loss, make sure you're actively losing the weight. I'm not. So I'm not talking about weight loss. I'm talking about everything else that this product does for me. So keep that in mind. I talk about the energy it gives me. I talk about the calmness it gives me. I have 3 kids, 19, 17, and a 5-year-old. My oldest has autism. I talk about how this helps me balance my life. And it's the same for you. Be a product of the product, but make sure whatever benefit you're sharing, you're experiencing too. But also, you don't have to keep that limited. If you want to share about the weight loss, then share someone else who is losing weight, share their story, okay? So yes, be authentic, be a product of the product. Now, this is the last thing I want to tell you guys. It's to share your story. So I told you guys, I don't like messaging people. I really don't. Like messaging people about their couch, it's fun for me. So it helped me message people. Message people about what color lipstick they're wearing, it's fun for me. So that's how I message people. Messaging people to talk to them about like their new phone, whatever I'm buying, it's fun for me. So that's how I message people. You have to find a way that's fun for you to message people. But I've become good at sharing my story, I told you guys. So share your story, and how do you do that? You share the benefit of the benefit. You're not here because this coffee tastes amazing. I mean, you might be, most likely you're not. You're here because you saw someone online or you met someone in person who told you if you tried this product, these things may happen to you because it happened to them. I became really good at sharing that story, you guys. And I repeat the same story over and over and over and over again. And when I feel like I talked about my story too much, I share it again. Because as I'm growing my followers, right? We just did that exercise where we took them from Instagram, put them on Facebook. As I'm growing my audience, new people are in my funnel and new people are seeing my story. And maybe new people didn't know that about me. So I'm constantly sharing the same story over and over and over again. And you guys gotta get good at telling your story. A book that helped me with that is this book right here, Stories That Stick. And another person that helped me with that, his name is Ray Higdon. So if you look him up and you Google storytelling, he can teach you how to share the benefit of the benefit. But that's what I did with that list that I told you, who I was before coffee, who I am now, and what I want to become. And I do it for this product, and I do it for the business, and I do it over and over and over and over again. And now we're not just here to tell stories, right? We're here to get paid. How do you get paid? People gotta actually buy your product. And what's the easiest way for them to buy your product? You find new friends, you find a relatability, you share on social media consistently, and then this is the magic, you guys. You send out trials. How many of you guys are actively sending out trials? I would like to know how many of you guys are actively sending out trials and what your conversion ratio is. So Ricky's on this call. Me and Ricky, we rode an Uber together. And I am not the best in person, you guys. And I told Ricky that. I build online. I want to learn how to build in person, but I'm not there yet. And so I saw Ricky, you guys. And if you guys know Ricky, he's the top of the company. He's making more money than most of us on this call. And he was like, all right, just watch me. You guys, you know what he did? He literally used a script. He talked to the Uber driver and he said, hey, how long have you been an Uber driver? And the Uber driver told him. And he's like, well, that's amazing. Why are you an Uber driver? And the Uber driver told him. And then Ricky said, I don't know, man. Do you drink coffee at all? And the guy was like, yeah, no, I don't drink coffee. So Ricky was like, okay, no worries. Like, do you know anybody who would like to be happier? Genius. Everybody wants to be happier. The Uber driver said yes. They started talking a little bit more. Ricky had samples on him. He gave the Uber driver his sample and then they connected. Ricky got his number and Ricky told him when he was going to follow up with him. I don't know what happened after that because I haven't talked to Ricky after that, but Ricky did the same thing in person that we do online. So there is no secret, you guys. Once you understand the strategy, you can do it online and you can do it in person. And that is the beauty of everything we do. You buy the product, you use the product, you share the product, end of story. Yeah. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. People also, they don't buy your product to buy your product. We as consumers, we buy emotion. So when you're sharing your story, you can't just tell me you take this coffee because it gives you more energy. That's great. It gives you more energy. But what does that mean? Like, why do you need more energy? What is your energy going to get you? I have 3 kids. I told you. I have a 5-year-old. He likes to play outside. I use this coffee because I am closer to 40 than I am 20. And this coffee helps me be present in my 5-year-old's life and gives me the energy to get off the couch and go outside and play with him. For some moms, that would hit them in their soul because they're too tired to do that. If you're a DIY person, if I was a DIY person, I would say I use this coffee to help me finish all the DIY projects that bring me joy that I didn't have the energy otherwise to do, right? If I was on a weight loss journey, which I used to be, I could say I am using this coffee to help me control my hunger so I don't end up binge eating. It's huge. It's huge, you guys. So sell the emotions. That's what people want. The benefit of the benefit. So that's it, you guys. I hope that was valuable. I hope that was helpful. Let me see these questions. Coffee in general gives you energy. Exactly. Why is our coffee special? Exactly. You got to share that. Why are you using this coffee? So I hope that was helpful. I cannot wait to hear all of you guys' success stories. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you so much, Germaine. Great job. Great input. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.